Ganesh Ramaswamy joins us to discuss digital services.
Thank you, Antonella. Good morning. I'm very excited to speak with you regarding digital services at Johnson Controls. Let me start by giving you some directional color. Our service business is a $6.5 billion global service portfolio with margins that are accretive across our entire business. We operate in a $150 billion service space that is growing at GDP rates. The derivative opportunities that George was referring to this morning on decarbonization and healthy buildings are on top of this $150 billion space. There are two major shifts which are impacting the services space. The first of them is related to technology, the second on demographics. On the technology front, a wave of digital technologies is starting to impact the buildings space. Customers are seeing the impact of technology-driven outcomes, which is causing a shift from the traditional break-fix service delivery model towards an outcome-based service solution model. On the demographic front, we are seeing the number of retirements from the labor force is far outpacing the number of new entrants into the labor force, causing a net reduction in demographics. These two shifts, demographic shifts and the evolution of technology, favor players like Johnson Controls who have access to reach, scale, and technology. What I'll take you through in the next few minutes is our digital service strategy, as well as the capabilities that we are building to exploit these market shifts and position us for above market growth in the coming 3 years. Let me give you a little bit of color on the global services market. It's a $150 billion space growing at GDP rates. Roughly 20% of this space is served by OEMs like us. The remaining 80% of the space is highly fragmented, involving thousands of service delivery providers, regional players, local players, national service providers, and in many cases, customers who choose to self-perform their equipment using in-house capabilities. For the most part, the dominant business model in this space is a traditional break-fix service delivery model. However, the rules of the game are changing. There are a number of shifts which are driving the changes to the rules of the game. I talked about demographic shifts a moment ago. We see a net shrinkage of up to 20% in the labor force in the coming decade. The demand for indoor environmental quality is not going to subside even after the pandemic subsides. It's going to continue to stay, primarily driven by the demands on occupant health, occupant safety, and occupant productivity. There is an apparent competition between energy demands for clean air and energy reduction due to sustainability goals. Here, technology has a role to play to be able to balance competing demands. I mentioned about the technology driver earlier. There is the shift in the impact of digital technologies in the building space is driving a shift from a traditional break-fix service delivery model towards an outcome-oriented service solutions model. So in the light of these shifting rules of the game, there is a combination of winning attributes that will differentiate the winners in this marketplace from the rest of the marketplace. There are about 5 attributes: size of the installed base, the extent of labor footprint, the breadth of the product portfolio, access to digital technologies and platforms, and very importantly, the ability to tie together these 4 aspects: installed base, footprint, access to a broad portfolio, and access to digital capabilities, along with the ability to deliver outcome-oriented service solutions is going to be key. The players who are able to combine all of these 5 attributes will be differentiating themselves from the rest of the marketplace and will be positioned for winning. Let me give you a little bit of color on the Johnson Controls service business. We are a $6.5 billion service business, global in scope. We serve across all 3 regions. We also service all of our solution domains: HVAC, building management system controls, fire detection and security. Our recurring revenue portfolio is slightly more than half of our total business. That positions us well for the future. We also have a substantial installed base across all of our domains, as well as a substantial labor footprint across all of our domains. The key value drivers that customers look for are low total cost of ownership. Total cost of ownership is a function of asset life and the prevention of expensive repairs. Customers also look for savings in energy. Energy efficiency depends on energy waste, which is due to improper usage, or energy drift, which happens when the control system logic is not properly calibrated with current demands, or energy leakage, which happens when the equipment is not in proper condition. Customers look for reduction in unplanned downtime. To give you an example, 1 day downtime of a chiller at a large hospital means 140 operations are postponed. So it's a big deal. In addition, in our fire detection business, meeting regulatory compliance, besides the obvious safety elements, is also a key value driver. In the last 3 years, our service business has been growing at GDP rates. This year, we've seen a pickup, especially in the most recent quarter where we have grown our revenues and orders by double digits. New customer placements year to date are up double digits. We have also increased our service attach rate by 400 basis points year to date. We are benefiting from a couple of industry macro wins in terms of rising demand on healthy building solutions, especially driven by stimulus funding, as well as accelerated adoption of sustainability goals across our customer base. We see our business outgrowing the market by 2 to 3 percentage points in the coming 3 years. And the way we are achieving that is by doing 2 things. First, by building strategic capabilities through our digital services transformation framework. And second, by leveraging this framework, instantiating it across our solution domains, and launching outcome-based services and solutions. Let me explain to you what our digital service transformation is. In essence, our digital service transformation framework is a market and customer-centric framework that allows us to create value-added service offerings that are highly monetizable. At the center, we have our customer personas, which could be our facilities personnel, owners, architects, engineers, sustainability leaders, CFOs, CEOs, and the like. Each of these personas care about one or more outcomes. Outcomes pertaining to occupant health, occupant safety, occupant productivity, sustainability objectives, continuity of business operations, and so on. The service value proposition and each of these personas interact with our people, products, and platforms through a range of use cases. The service value proposition is embedded in these use cases. So as part of our transformation, what we are doing is we are assessing these use cases, extracting the service value proposition in these use cases, and modifying them, replacing them, in some cases disrupting them, in order to augment the value that we are offering our customer base. In order to do that, there are 4 enablers which are shown on the 4 corners of this page. Starting with top left, we are aggressively connecting our devices. Top right, we are collecting the data from these connected devices through our cloud-based platforms. Bottom right, we are translating the collected data from these platforms into insights and intelligence using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And on bottom left, we are streamlining our processes, workflows, and systems in our field to be able to market, sell, deliver, and support these service offerings. We are instantiating this digital service transformation framework across each of our solution domains. So for example, in the case of chillers, we have ability to connect 100% of our chillers that are leaving our factories today. We have also developed the capability to go back and connect 97% of our brownfield installed base of chillers out there in the field. For collecting the data and translating the data into insights and intelligence, we are leveraging the OpenBlue platform that VJ took you through a few minutes ago. So let me give you some color on some very specific OpenBlue related capabilities that are especially relevant for our service business. Predictive analytics for condition-based maintenance gives us the ability to move from routine planned maintenance to predictive condition-based maintenance. And we do that by combining highly accurate sensors. So these are sensors with more than 99.5% accuracy, along with machine learning algorithms to predict vibration failures. Vibration failures are extremely expensive in the case of chillers, or scaling in pipes due to poor water quality, which can impact heat exchanging capabilities in the pipe, which will result in poor energy usage. Smart Edge for secure connectivity allows us the ability to commission and decommission gateways remotely. This gives us the ability to install firmware and also install security patches as and when needed. In addition, edge-based artificial intelligence gives us higher performance at lower cost points. Higher performance because of lower latency, and lower costs because of reduced cloud computing expenses. Common data platforms and user interface gives our customers a single pane of glass to view their connected chiller's performance. It also enables subscription-based access to apps, similar to how we use our smartphones to subscribe to apps on the phone. The last capability on video analytics is more relevant for our securities business. Here, we are leveraging artificial intelligence to translate information into intelligence. That allows us to go from reactive access control towards proactive assessment of threats and therefore provide proactive mitigation strategies. So far, I've taken you through the digital service transformation framework. What I'll now take you through is how we are instantiating that framework across our different solution domains, starting with chillers. In the case of chillers, our customers look for reduced total cost of ownership, they look for reduced unplanned downtime, they look for reduced energy usage due to waste or drift. They also look for improved productivity through improved availability, utilization, and efficiency of the equipment. Here, our solution, we have essentially taken a three-step approach to developing our solution. We have developed a cloud-based connected equipment platform that has the ability to receive data from our connected chillers. Our chillers are able to transmit up to more than 200 chiller performance parameters to this platform. And by leveraging these parameters, we have the ability to create a very robust digital twin of the chiller. Connecting this connected equipment platform and the digital twin of the chiller allows us the ability to compare actual chiller performance with predicted performance entitlement. What we are doing now is to integrate this connected equipment platform and the digital twin with our building management system, specifically what we are calling as the central utility plan, which is basically a software tied to our building management system to be able to compare actual chiller performance with predicted performance entitlement, and more importantly, continuously monitor performance and provide real-time alerts and adjustments whenever performance goes out of bounds. By doing this, we are able to produce significant improvements across all of the key value drivers. In addition, in the next 3 years, we expect our service attach connectivity to go up to 40% of our entire installed base. So by doing that, we are going to achieve two things. One is we're going to expand value across the installed base, as well as drive value penetration within the installed base by augmenting the intensity of value on a per chiller basis. The next example I want to take you through is related to our healthy buildings offerings, specifically indoor environmental quality. We expect this market to be around $15 billion by the end of this decade. Our healthy building solutions has got 5 steps, starting with a baseline starting with a science-based assessment of our customers' baseline state. In order to do this science-based assessment, we are partnering with entities like the International Well Buildings Institute. So once we have that baseline, we offer surgical solutions to our customers, for filtration, ventilation, and disinfection that allow our customers to meet their target state. These solutions are tested and validated, and we are leveraging our partnership with UL for testing and validation. We then leverage our monitoring infrastructure to be able to monitor system performance and alert and adjust the system as and when the system performance goes out of bounds. What we are also doing is shifting our healthy buildings portfolio from a retrofit-centric portfolio towards an as-a-service recurring revenue portfolio. To do that, we have partnered with Kytera, who offers us high-fidelity sensors, advanced high-fidelity sensing capabilities that allows us to measure a broader and more holistic range of indoor environmental quality parameters. These Kytera sensors are integrated with our Medasys building management system that now allows us for the ability to continuously monitor IEQ parameters and also automatically alert and adjust system parameters whenever the performance parameters go out of bounds. The next example that I want to take you through is related to our security domain. There are a number of shifts which are happening in the security domain. For example, there is a shift to go from entry access towards occupancy intelligence in terms of who is in the building, how many people are in the building, where are they located, and so on. There is a shift from buildings-friendly devices towards people-friendly devices. Frictionless access is an example. A shift from reactive forensics of events after they occur towards proactive assessment of threats and proactive prevention and protection by assessing those threats and developing appropriate mitigation strategies. Moving from a product-centric model towards a service-centered model. And finally, moving from a siloed configuration of standalone or semi-independent devices towards an integrated ecosystem that drives broader intelligence. Our OpenBlue platform is tailor-made to leverage these shifts in the security landscape. In the past few months, we've launched a number of offerings related to such as OpenBlue Risk Insights, OpenBlue Active Responder, OpenBlue Location-Based Services, OpenBlue Companion, and so on. And we expect a number of offerings to come out in the coming months. So far, I've taken you through our digital service transformation framework and how we have instantiated this framework across each of our solution domains. Now, what I'll take you through is some examples on how and where these outcome-based solution offerings are impacting our customers across multiple solution domains, starting with connected chillers on the left side of this page. This example is from a large healthcare company where we have about more than 100 chillers placed. We have launched our connected chiller services offerings at this customer site, and we have demonstrated a 50% reduction in unplanned downtime, in addition to significant savings in energy usage, as well as eliminating energy drift and wastage. In the middle of the page is an example of our healthy building solution at a large university campus, where we have retrofitted a large number of their equipment and also installed our Medasys building automation systems at this site. The result, a 20% reduction in energy usage and cleaner air. So this is an example where technology is able to balance two competing demands of cleaner air as well as reduced energy savings. The third example on this page is from our security domain. Here, we have implemented our One Cloud solution at a large retail chain in the United States and realized more than a 30% savings in total cost of ownership for our customer. So, by leveraging our digital service transformation framework and instantiating it across our solution domains, we are transforming our service profile from a fix, repair, maintain type of a model towards a outcome-based service solution model, which is based on predictive condition-based maintenance, remote services, and outcomes as a service. We have improved our attach rate by 400 basis points this year, and we are currently at about 40% in terms of our overall attach rate. If we continue along this trajectory, a simple linear extrapolation over the next 3 years, which would be a conservative estimate, would land us in the range of about 55%. 1 percentage point of attach equals $30 million of revenue. So increasing attach rate by 15 percentage points and reducing attrition by about 3 percentage points would give us an $800 million lift in our recurring revenue base. On top of this, we also expect an increased or accelerated pickup in our non-recurring labor and material part of our portfolio in terms of the pull-through rates going up from the current 50% range to about 60 to 65% in the coming 3 years. So all in all, based on our model, we expect our service business to evolve from the current state to the vicinity of an $8 billion portfolio in the coming 3 years. A business that has got a significant digital content and a substantial recurring revenue profile. Thank you for your attention.